that's just plain side. They're cheated. And then yeah, Game 7. We should have not got to Game 7 when Darvish pitched, of course. But when he pitched, he was giving out signs. So the Astros say, right? He was giving out that he was throwing a fastball, he was throwing a curveball, and they were waiting for it.
Yeah, I think it was
But
Beltran that said that he noticed something, but then
about
Beltran is one of the ones that was caught also in the sign stealing. So
he he was a manager, but for about a week.
yeah,
And what was he
before,
doing? Stealing boxes?
before he even managed a single game.
Yeah. And then Cora, of course, got suspended for a year.
Yeah, Cora
So
and
he's not
AJ
part of the
and
Astros anymore.
Luno. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
but
then you have Hinch for a
yeah,
year as well.
and Jeff Luno.
Jeff Luno, and see that's the problem. Like no players got suspended. No players got like any sanctions or anything.
No
They
fine,
still got their ring.
suspensions. They got to keep their World Series championship. They still got that bling bling on their finger, you know.
Yeah.
And then Joe Kelly comes out and throws a couple wild pitches, maybe intentional, maybe not, you know, and doesn't even get thrown out of the game. They allow him to finish the inning, and then all of a sudden he has an 8-game suspension. Like if you're going to give him a suspension, you should at least throw him out of the game. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I
How are
know.
you going to give someone a suspension for something they did during a game when you just went ahead and let them finish the inning? You know.
Man.
So
Well, I hopefully because he did what do you call it?
appealed.
He appealed. So hopefully they do give him less games. Even if they give him less games, I still don't think it's a suspension. He didn't hit anybody. Is it because he taunted them? Like, but then you got to look at the whole thing. Correa went after him, you
Exactly.
know. And so then, okay, what's let's be fair here. I know there's Astro fans that's gonna be hearing us, and they're gonna be like, "Way, they're gonna hate this." But
Okay.
let's be honest. If it's happened to the Astros, how would you feel about that? Look at Dodger fans. Dodger fans are like mad at this, and not
Oh,
only Dodger fans, the whole MLB is mad at
baseball
this.
fans and baseball fans
Exactly.
should be pissed right now. Honestly, let's say if I was an Astros fan, if I'm from Texas, if I'm near Houston, and I'm a lifelong Astros fan, whatever. But if my team were to cheat in the World Series and get a ring out of it, I would be completely embarrassed to root for my team. I would not wear any more hats or shirts or buy any merchandise. I'd be like, no way. I'm not buying anything from Bregman, Altuve, Correa, all these guys that were part of that team in 2017. You know, I would
Yeah.
seriously wait until all those guys are gone, and then I would start to try to get back into things, or at least if it's more monitored. Going on into the future. You put the past behind you. I get it, but all these Astros fans that are coming after these Dodgers fans, like, oh, you want to cry some more, you want to be a crybaby, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, like, be a baseball fan. Don't just be an Astros fan. Like, your team
Yeah.
really messed up, and they got caught.
Yeah.
It's one thing to cheat. There's a lot of players out there that cheat. We don't know who they are.
Not
But I
yet.
mean, yeah, exactly, not yet. But when someone blows the whistle, Mike fires, and publicly announces that the team that he was on cheated in 2017 to win the World Series, like, come on, no punishment at all. $5 million was the fine that the Astros organization had to pay. So it was the owners that had to pay that $5 million, which $5 million
Well,
is nothing. That's how much
no,
of
because
makes in like his like second MLB season. You know?
yeah, and that's what I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna get from all these sponsors this year for the 60 games. And if they make it to the playoffs, they're gonna get more money, and that's already paid for itself. So it's not a big suspension. It's not a big sanction to the team. I don't look at it as like being something where I'm happy with the results. It's not something that any baseball fan is happy with. I mean, one thing that I do give them, and hopefully people understand, like when Joe Kelly threw at Bregman and he threw over his head, I'm not with that throwing at the head. No one deserves to get hit in the head. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
he
career.
should have went after the ribs. After the ribs, legs, that's fine with me. But then you look at the reaction from Bregman too. Like Bregman did react a little, but reacted to be like, man, don't hit me in the head. If you're gonna hit me somewhere else, dude. Like, don't hit me in the head. And then he took his base. He took it like a man. He knew that he was gonna get, like. There's people that are gonna come after him, and there's people that like are gonna throw at them and not get hit, but they know that they're gonna get hit.
Yeah,
All the Astro hitters have that arm guard, you know, going up there already,
yeah.
expecting to get hit. So I do give him credit for that. I do give him credit for that. I do give him credit for not like retaliating or talking crap to Kelly. You know,
You know,
it's sad, but it's just reality. Just the MLB is gonna come after you.
there are players in the Astros organization that legitimately feel guilty for what they have done. You know, that they say that this is from upper management, that someone told them to do this, that it wasn't the players that, concocted this idea. How is a player gonna make someone go to center field and relay the camera feed into the clubhouse, and the managers don't see and the owners don't see and everything, and I get it. I agree. I think that it maybe came from upper management. They were like, Houston's going through a tough time right now. We need to do this for Houston. It was during Hurricane.
A
Was it
hurricane.
Katrina? Katrina, right?
I'm not sure of the name. It was,
I
well, it
think
was a hurricane though.
yeah, pretty sure it was Katrina, and it was bad. Houston really got messed up, and that it was great. The Astros won, for their city, and Houston, like, they were so happy. They had something to be happy about, and
Yeah.
then all of this news comes out, 2 years later, and you got a lot of these fans that are just like kind of blowing in the face of everybody, like, haha, my team cheated but we still won, blah blah blah, and that's really
Yeah.
the thing that pisses me off. And it's the same thing with Correa's that type of player that, haha, my team cheated, but so what, we got a ring out of it, you guys didn't. Go cry to your mom or whatever,
Or
but
cry me a river.
yeah, exactly. But then you have guys like Altuve, that maybe he cheated, maybe he didn't. I personally believe that he did, but he's not the one going out there on social media. He's not the one going into interviews and saying, like, crap to other players and fans.
Yeah.
And I think I saw Bregman say a little bit, like, in the beginning when all this news kind of first broke out. He kind of took it as a joke, but I don't know. It seems like he's like a little bit more mature about it now. He's realizing, like, like, dang, I messed up. So retaliation's coming whether I like it or not. But then, you still got Correa out there that's still mouthing off to. I don't know if you watched the whole game, but when Joe Kelly, I believe he walked Michael Brantley. But
No,
when
it was a ground ball, and then
it was a
he got the
ground,
base.
and you're
Yeah.
right, I think it was a fielder's choice, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And Joe Kelly got spiked, right?
Hmm.
And Michael Brantley spiked Joe Kelly. I think it was an accident. Joe Kelly really couldn't find the base, and he had his foot in the middle of first base. So, things happen. You can even see Michael Brantley's face, like, oh, like he tried to, like he made it look like it was an accident.
Yeah.
Then you hear someone in the background from the Astros say, "Get the f back on the mound." So if you're going to try to suspend Joe Kelly because of language, because you can hear that, then what happened to the guy that just yelled that? You know, I
And
I,
that's sad
I feel like,
because it feels like it's getting protected, man.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why are we protecting the Astros? They're a great team. Honestly, they have really good hitters on their team. They have really good pitchers on their team. They didn't need to cheat to win the World Series in
No.
2017. I believe that they were the equals to the Dodgers. The 2017 Dodgers were the best team MLB has seen for decades. No team has been that good. And
And and they set records for that World Series and home runs and all that stuff. So
yeah,
yeah,
but
they were the equal. Yeah, they both belong in the World Series. They both did. And we don't know how many games they cheated. We don't
right.
know if they cheated like in the World Series. We don't know if they cheated in the playoffs. We don't know if they cheated all their games. The fact is they got caught. and we're speculating and we're saying it did happen in the World Series, it did
Right.
happen in the playoffs, and it did happen in the season. And then we're saying it happened every game. If you got caught, it happened every game. And try to move us from that. It's not going to happen. Our minds and head it works like that. It works where if you cheat one game, your whole season is tarnished, and
Yeah,
that's
for
just
sure.
that's just what it is.
That's why they're
You
called
know,
Astros or the Houston Asterisks. It's like that's going to be their name for years to come. And
hmm
in- in record books, there should be an asterisk next to their name for the 2017 championship. Because it,
yeah.
it wasn't legit. It was not legit.
And
And
you know what's crazy? Like with that, what you just said, the asterisks. Um, they're thinking of doing that for this season, and whoever wins the World Series is going to have an asterisk next to it because there's only 60 games.
right,
And yeah, and that sucks, but that's just the way it is. That's what they voted upon, and hopefully it's not true. But I did see it in social media, and I think it's something that I don't agree with. But if it does happen, they're gonna have to put it next to him.
you know,
Another thing that I saw on social media, though, like a lot of Astro fans were just saying, like, "Oh, we don't have a full bullpen. We have all like rookies and this and that." You don't have the trash can either, man. So, what's up with that? Like, like don't say stuff like that because I saw a lot of posts on this series. Like they were like, "Oh yeah, they just won because we didn't have our bullpen. We didn't have Verlander. We didn't have this." Like, wait, hold on. Pump your brakes. They're professional baseball players. They're up there for a reason, and they're up there with a good team like the Astros. The Astros is not just one little team that came off of nowhere. No, this organization set themselves up to be a championship team for years to come. And
yeah,
those pitchers coming up that are rookies, they're good. They're not just some slouches that just throw 89, 90 fastball. No, they're throwing 98, 99
the
fastball.
guy the guy that they had pitched yesterday. I don't remember his name. The starting pitcher for yesterday's
Mm-hmm.
game. He was great.
Uh, yeah, he was great.
He was lights out for a good 6 innings. He
Yeah,
allowed just that one hit from Corey Seager, the solo
the
home
home
run
run. Yeah,
in the second inning, and
yeah,
after that, like the Dodgers went hitless until I want to say like the sixth inning is when they finally got their second hit. So they
yeah.
have pitchers in their organization, so they can't blame anything on we don't have Davinsky or we don't have these other guys that are in the bullpen. They still have Roberto Ozuna, their closer.
Throwing heat. Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
They got Lance McCullers. Lance McCullers looks so good right now. I remember
yeah,
years ago in my fantasy league, I'm like, I want this guy. He's so good. Then he got
yeah,
injured. He's out for 2 seasons.
yeah.
And then now he's back, and I was like, I wonder how good he's gonna be. But man, his
He's
stuff
lights
is
out.
amazing. He's always
Yeah,
had great stuff. He's never been this fireball, thrower. Still throws hard, but man, his breaking pitches are insane.
yeah.
I'm really
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting how these 60 games play out for the Astros. Like, yeah, it's just it's a short season, but long for them because we don't know what to expect from them. We don't know what to expect from the other teams on actually retaliating against these hitters. You have a lot of pitchers already like talking a lot of stuff on social media, saying that they're protecting Joe Kelly. Like, and that goes a long way. Um, when they play these teams, when they play this Astros team, you don't think they're gonna hit them? Like, yeah, I got a feeling that every team has a little bit of resentment towards them
yeah,
for
for
what they did, and it's gonna be a long season for them. Either, I mean, it's not a long season, but it's gonna be a long season for them because they don't know what to expect. Are they gonna get
you're
hit? Are they
waiting
gonna
to
get
get hit by a pitch in every at bat,
yeah? And you don't
especially
want that.
if it's a blowout. If the Astros are leading by 6-7 runs, or the opposite team is leading by 6-7 runs. If there's a little give right there, of course the pitchers are going to try to hit one of them. You know,
Exactly,
like
and
this is
that's
for the third inning in the World Series game too. You know,
yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be an exciting season, man. I'm just glad we have baseball.
Going back to what you said about some fans or what they were saying that there would be an asterisk next to the 2020 World Champions for this year. Now,
Yeah, that's
honestly,
what I was reading on MLB. Yeah,
the way that I see